These are the plaintiffs, Jacqueline and Aristides Marchena. Jacqueline says she took her new truck in perfect condition to the defendant's car wash. And when it was done being cleaned, she noticed a big white scratch on it. The manager apologized, said he'd fix it for her, and then never spoke to her again. She guesses the defendant doesn't know the type of person she's dealing with because she will not go away quietly and is suing for the $1,800 cost of the damage. This is the defendant, Joyce Patone, owner of the car wash. She says she washed 400 cars that day. No one else's car got scratched. And besides, she only uses soft boar hair materials in the car wash, so a scratch of this type is impossible. She refuses to be blamed for something she didn't do and will not pay the plaintiff a penny. She's accused of being all wet.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says her car got all messed up at the defendant's car wash. But the defendant says the plaintiff's making it up. It's impossible to get a scratch like that. It's the case of you scratch my car, I'll sniff you out.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Jacqueline Marchena and Aristides Marchena, you are suing cross county
Yes.
car wash, represented here by Joyce Patone. You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay, and you are?
Gabriel, manager.
The manager, all right. For $1,800, a cost to repair your truck that you say the car wash destroyed. Tell me what happened.
On April 10th.
Scratched, not destroyed. Even she's not saying destroyed, sorry.
Thank you.
Scratched, go ahead.
On April 10th, we went to the car wash. It was my best friend's wedding, so we were getting ready for the wedding. We took the car to have it cleaned, and we just had a regular wash as the car.
How long had it been since you'd had the car washed?
Maybe a week. I wash every week.
Every single week you take your car to the car wash?
Yeah.
Really?
Every week we wash the car.
There?
No. We
Where?
go to different car washes.
You go to different car washes every single week?
Yeah. So we went. We had gone there before.
Was it
and
crowded
was
or no?
No, it wasn't crowded.
Were there people there besides you?
Yes, there were other cars there.
Okay.
So it was a couple of cars. And I noticed after the full car wash, when they took out the car, I noticed the scratch. And I was like, I passed my finger to see if it was maybe paint or something else. And I noticed it was a scratch there. So I told my husband, listen, there's a scratch here. So the guy that was drying out the car, he told me, go get the manager. So I went inside and I spoke to the manager. He came outside, he saw it.
Is it one of those mechanical car washes where you go through your car goes through that?
Through the brushes and all
yeah.
those things, yes.
Are you in the car when that happens? Or you're
No.
Okay.
So I explained it to him, listen, the car just came out, they were drying the car, and I noticed the scratch. And
that would be you, right?
Yes.
And what did you tell her?
I told ma'am, unfortunately, that did not happen in the car wash. And,
How do you know it didn't happen in the car wash? You hadn't even
Because-
looked at anything yet. How do you know it didn't happen there?
Because that day we did over 400-something cars.
How many?
439 cars, and we would have had the same issue with every car that came through there.
Why is it so? I love having litigants who are either, there's two industries. It's the tow truck companies and the car washes that always say, impossible, can't happen, nothing can go wrong. But it can go wrong, something can go wrong. Now, when you're telling me it would happen to every other car, that makes sense. But you're the owner, right? Let me ask you though, isn't it possible something gets loose and just scratches the one car, but it wiggles so it doesn't scratch the car after it?
No, it would be a pattern where it would continually scratch another car. And if that would happen, we would see it. But our equipment is designed purposely not to scratch. And I brought a sample of the material to show you. And if you looked at the scratch, you could see it's a scratch like a key mark. And I have a picture of that.
Let me see your pictures and your pictures of the scratch.
To show you, because that's the material,
Yeah, the picture.
everything in the car wash. And here's a picture of the scratch. I also have a video that shows how the equipment moves. And the way it moves and swirls, it could not make a continuous scratch.
Okay, so it's right over the wheel well?
Yeah, it's like right up to the light.
And on the bottom, the only equipment is called the baby rockers, which is made out of that fabric. And when
Which
you
is
see
this.
in the video, it just spins. there's no way possible the softness of that. And it's also designed, if it ever gets caught on something, to tear off. It's so soft. And it's designed not to scratch.
Kind of sturdy. Do you have a video of how the machine works? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and
Okay.
also, I just want to mention that you stated in your letter you were at the Cross County Shopping Mall.
Talk to me, not to her.
Oh,
Wow.
she was at the mall that day in the parking lot. Her car was in a parking lot right before she came to us. And all of a sudden, a lot of times when people get their cars cleaned and they see it for the first time, then they notice scratches from before.
Do you have any parking disputes with anybody? Did you take anybody's parking space that they thought was theirs?
No, we usually park in the
Did you
parking.
did you park in 2 spots? Did you? Is this your husband?
Yes.
Okay.
Yana, we usually park far away from everybody, and we always check the char before we go
Okay,
in.
listen. Nobody washes their car at a car wash every week, and nobody usually parks a 2000. What is this? 2000 what? 2012 Acura. Always away from everybody all the time. I mean, come on.
You'll be surprised, Yana. My wife gets upset at me for every time for faking her walk. I refuse to park with everybody because I don't want that to happen. And we usually check our vehicle before.
Yeah, but that
we-
doesn't mean, okay, just like I tell the tow truck companies and the car wash
No, I
companies,
understand, Your
anything
Honor.
could happen.
No, anything
Don't
can
suggest
happen.
that nothing could happen. Of course it could happen.
No, Your Honor, we understand
But, you know,
anything can happen.
go ahead. You had something in your hands you want to show me.
I
And,
also have a letter from a gentleman that's been in the business for 18 years.
who is he to you?
He's our supplier from Simon Eyes, a
Okay.
company we get all our equipment. It's been in the industry in 18 years and said it's impossible also for us to make a scratch like that.
I assume that your equipment is the same on one side as the other.
Yes,
Is this the entire cycle you filmed here?
yes. The one spinning are the rockers that hit the lower half of the car.
Can a car wash really damage somebody's car these days?
I think you could probably do minor damage, but nothing serious.
What do you think? Yes or no?
I mean, if it doesn't have any brushes, then.
It seems weird, doesn't it, going inside the courtroom?
You said that you had a document from your distributor, was it?
Simon Eyes, yes.
In my professional opinion, with 18 years of car wash experience, the scratch is not car wash related. He goes on. That's not all he says. I've operated some of the busiest car washes in the Northeast. I've been with the leading industry brand, blah, blah, blah. I've seen scratches like these in the past. It's easy to assume the car wash caused it, but here are the reasons that it's not. One, it cleans it in a forward to back motion, so it would be along the whole side of the car. That makes sense, too. This scratch is only on the back passenger side, and the front passenger side is no damage at all. That's not consistent with equipment failure. Two, it's a deep scratch. You can see the white paint through. In a situation with a deep scratch, some heavy force was used. The cloth and the friction can't cause that because it's lubricated and extremely soft. And thirdly, because the vehicles in front and behind would also have the scratches and there was no other report of any other damage. Do you have any evidence of any report of any other damage by other people while you were there? Because you said there were other cars there. So did anybody else say anything?
No.
I just don't think there's enough evidence on your part, and you are the folks with the burden of proving this. Enough evidence on your part that they caused it. Now, part of why they're frustrated is because supposedly on that day you were talking to them about what? Getting the paint to match, having a buddy who might be able to, you know.
Well, apparently she was complaining about it. Someone, she said, "Oh, this is gonna cost." I said, "You probably got to get it painted." And I told her because that's a scratch, and they're not gonna just paint that part of the car. You have to paint the whole thing, unfortunately.
Can I just say something? He was just trying to be nice.
Did you make sure he doesn't do that again?
Yes,
Okay.
we talked about it. We talked about this. We can't be too nice
it's gonna
because
be hard.
then it makes us look like we have to do something,
Right.
which we don't feel we did anything wrong.
Right. When you come to court, the plaintiffs are the party with the burden of proving by a preponderance of the evidence that it happened the way your theory is. I'm finding it hard to believe that this happened. Maybe it happened in the parking lot before you got there. Maybe it happened you never saw it before. I don't doubt you never saw it before. I don't doubt that you feel it must have happened here. But I do have a lot of question in my mind whether it happened before you got here and this is just the first place you saw it. My verdict in this case is for the defendants. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so with that, the plaintiffs come out here on the losing end of this decision from Judge Milian. You understand the decision?
Yes.
All right, so what do you think happened to the car now?
I have no idea because our car, we try to keep it tight, nice.
You're
and-
hypersensitive about that car, right?
you know, you work hard for your stuff, though. But, you know, the judge ruled we have enough evidence, and that's what we have to go by. I'm not upset.
You're in trouble now because you allowed that car to get messed up, and she's going to blame it on you.
I guess so. I'm going to have to go fix it somehow, right?
You got your work cut out for you. All right, right down this way. All right, so step on in here. Does this happen a lot?
No, not often. Once in a while, but not scratches like this. I've never seen like that deep of a scratch.
Do you examine the cars on the way in?
Yes, we do.
So what happened in this case?
Obviously.
We usually do it for mirrors or fenders, something loose, because a lot of times the blowers blow everything off. Like if something's
The
loose.
scratch is there. You pointed out before it goes into the car wash, right? Harvey?
Okay, if you have any doubt whether a car wash damaged your car, walk around the car and inspect it thoroughly before you leave. Once you drive away, you are screwed.